So good morning children, we are back with the third session of the probability. Here we will be taking up exercise 15.1. Let us take up some questions of exercise 15.1. The first and the second questions are simple, they are objective type, you can do on your own. Third question, why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get the ball at the beginning of the football game? Because they are the two equally likely events. So I can decide taking a decision using that is a simple thing. Again, the fourth question is again can be done. Fifth, if P of E is equal to 0.05, what is the probability of not E? Clearly it is 1 minus P of E, which is equal to 0.95. A bag contains lemon flavored candies only. Malini takes out one candy without looking into the bag. What is the probability she takes out an orange flavored candy? A bag is containing lemon flavored candies only. So the probability of getting an orange flavored candy is 0. A lemon flavored candy, since all the candies are lemon, so the probability of getting a lemon candy will be 1. Take up the seventh question. It is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is 0.992. So what is the probability that 2 students have the same birthday? So take E to be as the event of the 2 students not having the same birthday, which is then the probability of E has been given to us as 0.992. What is asked is the probability of the 2 students not having the same birthday. That means they have asked P of not E. That means it is 1 minus PE, which is equal to 1 minus 0.992, which is how much? It is 0.008. Eighth question. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability that the ball drawn is red and it is not red? If I take E as the event of getting a red ball, then PE is equal to the number of red balls upon the total number of balls, which is equal to 3 upon 8. The probability of not red will be 1 minus PE, which is equal to 1 minus 3 upon 8. So it is equal to 5 upon 8. So not red could have been black balls also. That means I can find out P not red as directly 5 upon 8 also. A box contains 5 red marbles, 8 white marbles and 4 green marbles. One marble is taken out from the box at random. What is the probability that the marble taken out will be of red color? So probability of getting a red marble is what? It is equal to how much? The total numbers of marbles if you see is 17. So the probability of getting a red marble becomes 5 upon 17. Probability of white marble comes out to be 8 upon 17. Probability of not green means 1 minus the probability of green, that is 1 minus 8 upon 17, which is equal to 9 upon 17. Let us take up the 10th question. It is an important question. A piggy bank contains 150 paisa coins, 50 rupee 1 coin, 20 rupees 2 coins and 10 rupee 5 coins. It is equally likely that one of the coin will fall out when the bank is turned upside down. What is the probability that the coin will be a 50 paisa coin or will not be a 5 rupee coin? See the first part, it is what is the probability to get a 50 paisa coin. Now the probability to get a 50 paisa coin will be the number of total 50 paisa coins upon the total number of possible coins that can be there. So number of 50 paisa coins is 100. Total number of coins is equal to 180. So the probability is 100 upon 180, which is equal to 5 upon 9. Let us take up the second part. It says that what is the probability that it will not be a 5 rupee coin. So first we will find out the probability of getting a 5 rupee coin and then we will subtract it from 1 to get the answer. Now the probability to get a 5 rupee coin is what? It is 10 upon 180. So the probability to not get a 5 rupee coin is 1 minus 1 upon 18, which is equal to 17 upon 18. 11th and 12th questions are simple. They can be done by you easily. I don't think you should be having any problem. I am taking up the 13th question. A die is thrown once. Find the probability of getting a prime number. Now, very important question. What are the prime numbers out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? The prime numbers are 2, 3 and 5. So, the probability of getting a prime number is 3 by 6, which is 1 upon 2. A number lying between 2 and 6. So, probability of getting a number lying between 2 and 6 will be, what are the numbers lying between 2 and 6? It is 3, 4 and 5. So the probability of a number lying between 2 and 6 is 3 upon 6, which is how much? Which is again 1 upon 2. An odd number. So out of 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the number of odd numbers are 3, because the odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5. So probability of getting an odd number comes out to be as 3 upon 6, which is also 1 upon 2. 16th question. 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. It is not possible to just look at the pen and tell whether or not it is defective. One pen is taken out at random from the lot. Determine the probability that that pen is taken out is a good one. There are 12 defective pens and they are mixed with 132 good pens. So total number of pens is how much? 144. So the probability of getting a good one is how much? 132 upon 144, which is equal to how much? 11 upon 12. Let us take up the 17th question now. A lot of 20 bulb contains 4 defective ones. One bulb is drawn at random from the lot. What is the probability that this bulb is defective? So again, there are 4 defective out of 20. So the probability of getting a defective one comes out to be 4 upon 20, which is how much? It is 1 upon 5. Suppose the bulb drawn is not defective and is not replaced, means it is kept out. So we are left with how much? We are left with only 19 bulbs, and the one that was taken out is not a defective one. That means we are still having 4 defective bulbs out of 20. That means we are having 15 good bulbs. So now one bulb is drawn at random from the rest. What is the probability that the bulb is not a defective one? So again, let us take up the first case. I told you it is 1 upon 5. Second case, we've not replaced the non-defective bulb. So the number of good bulbs is now how much? It is equal to 15, and the number of defective bulbs is still 4. So the probability of getting a not defective bulb is now 15 by 19. 18th question. A box contains 90 discs which are numbered from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at random from the box, find the probability that it bears a 2-digit number, a perfect square, and the number divisible by 5. So what is the sample space here? Sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, all numbers from 1 to 90. Here, getting a 2-digit number means I'll take up the numbers from 10 to 90. That means I'll be taking up 81 numbers. So probability of getting a 2-digit number is 81 upon 90, which is equal to 9 upon 10. Then a perfect square number. Count the perfect squares between 1 and 90. The perfect square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64 and 81, which makes a total of 9 numbers. Out of how many? Out of 90. So the probability of getting a number that's a perfect square is 9 by 90, which is 1 upon 10. A number divisible by 5. So all the numbers divisible by 5, if I take the numbers from 1 to 90 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85 and 90. So that means these are how many? These are 18 numbers. So the probability of getting a number divisible by 5 is 18 upon 90, which is equal to 1 upon 5. Again, the 19th, 20th, 21st, these questions all you can do. 22nd question I am taking up now. You have a table given to you. In the table it is given to us the probability of the event sum on the 2 die. That is, we have been given the probability when the sum on the 2 die is 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on up till 12. So it's given that the probability that the sum is 2 is 1 by 36, is 8 is 5 by 36, is 12 is 1 by 36. A student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Therefore, each should have the probability of 1 by 11. Do you agree with this argument? Justify your answer. First of all, let us fill up the table. Let us take up this slide wherein we have the sample space when 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. If you see carefully, the probability of getting the sum as 2 is 1, 1. That means it is the number of possible outcomes. The favorable outcomes is 1. So the probability comes out 1 upon 36. But if I take the sum to be as 3, it is 1, 2 and it is 2, 1. So the sum of 3 means 2 upon 36. If I take the sum to be as 4, it is 2, 2, 1, 3 and 3, 1. So it is 3 out of 36. That means 1 by 12. If I take the sum to be as 5, It is 1, 4, it is 2, 3, it is 3, 2, and it is 4, 1. That means there are 1, 2, 3, 4 possible outcomes. The probability is 4 by 36, which is 1 by 9. If I take the sum to be as 6, it is what? It is 1, 5, it is 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, and 5, 1. That means the sum is how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the probability comes out to be 5 by 36. If I take the sum to be as 7, it is 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 2, and 6, 1. That means it is coming out to be how much? It is coming out to be 6 by 36. That means 1 by 6. If I take the sum to be as 8, it is how many terms? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, and 2, 6, which is how much? It is 5 by 36 is the probability. If I want to take the sum as 9, it is 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, and 6, 3. So that means the sum comes out to be how much? The probability comes out to be as 4 by 36. If I take the sum to be as 10, it is how much? It is 4, 6, it is 5, 5, and it is 6, 4. That means 3 out of 36. The sum as 11 means 5, 6, and 6, 5, which is 11 by 36. And if I take the sum to be as 12, there is only one possible outcomes, which is there is only one possible outcome, which is how much? Which is 6, 6. That means the probability comes out to be 1 by 36. So as discussed, we can fill up this table to get the sum as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12. We have filled up this table as 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36, 5 by 36, 6 by 36, and similarly 5 by 36, which have to be simplified. Clearly the sum is not coming out to be, clearly the answer, the probability is not coming out to be 1 by 11 everywhere. Why? Because the sums 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are not equally likely. So the probability of each of the sums will not be 1 by 11. So this is an important thing that you need to keep in mind. 23rd and 24th question, again I think you should be able to do. 25th question is also you should be able to do. I don't think so there should be any problem. I have taken up all the difficult questions. If there's any doubt left, please watch the video once again. Thank you so much.